It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go from Glendale. To return is Greg Dortch. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's the first carry for the Pitt product, James Conner. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Now Murray on 1st down. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
He'll get it into the hands of Zay Jones. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He's got his receiver, it's Jones. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw again is Murray. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. Again, it's Murray. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
Throwing again is Murray. And he's going to be taken down.
Well, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. But that big-time throw, they got a shot now with 1st and goal to end this opening drive with a touchdown.
This has been a solid opening drive. They're knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll run it here, and it's Connor. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Again, it'll be Connor.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They've gotten to the 2 on this opening drive, but now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Murray. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Chad Ryland on now for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Ryland's kick is good. And the Cardinals will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Ray gonna return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Now, a screen set up for Tracy. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Cardinals offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead. See if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Working out of the gun, Murray. That one caught by Wilson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here now, 3rd and 5. Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. The Cardinals have the early edge in this one. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. So on 4th down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Adrian Taylor Demerson on the tackle. Now a 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
A carry here for Tracy. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Jaxson. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. This one is caught by Robinson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Now he'll run it. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Slayton is the man in motion. Here's a run. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. They send him right out of the slot. They run on the jet sweep. He is in. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, Giants.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Giants move out to a 7-3 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. He'll take this forward for about 5. Murray now on second down. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
On the handoff, heading left, it's Connor. And he lowers the shoulder. A gain of about 3. "7-3 is the score, with 2 minutes to play in the first half. We'll have more from Glendale after this. Now a second down throw for Murray. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Here's Blake Gillikin now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. And out of the gun, he'll throw. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to the air one more time. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Jaxson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
On the move, past the 40. And he'll be taken down. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here is Graham Gano to try the field goal. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Now Murray on first down. He's going to air this one out for Jones. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports Studios and our halftime report. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Giants offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. Second down and 8. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within 1 possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
The Giants sending out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. On the return, it's Dortch. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Cards offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On the zone read, given to Connor. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's another quick first down, and that's a 25-yard gain.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
They'll go again here to Connor. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Another big-time run right here, Mike, and it's pretty clear for everyone to see what the plan is for this drive. It's to turn around and continue to feed the back because right now the defense has no answers to stop him.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
From the gun, it's Murray. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Arizona. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals will tie things up. It's now 10-10. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Now faking the give. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
Watch the pursuit by this defensive end. The quarterback tries to escape the pocket, but he just keeps on chasing him, and he closes that ground in a hurry and brings him down for a big sack.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll get this out wide. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Oh, a loose football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
The Giants sending out their punter as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. A give, running right. It's Conner. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. Third and a yard. Now Murray keeping it himself.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Murray. That thrown short, caught by Ryman. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs. The Giants offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. A low-scoring game, all tied. 3rd quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll get this out to the left flat. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll motion their tight end, Jaxson. Open man, left side. He's got it. 13 yards on that pass play. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
A quick slant into the hands of Jaxson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. And you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's first and goal. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there. As time has expired, the third quarter has come to an end. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. Second down and goal. He'll look to throw. That's caught over the middle by Jaxson. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5. The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. That one taken in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Gano on to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants go up by 7. It is now 17-10. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Second down, Murray. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They need one right now. 3rd and long. Murray now. He sent the screen to the receiver, Wilson. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. That's Slayton. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left. and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Linebackers in general have the reputation of being very instinctive players, and I think we saw it there on that last pass breakup. The ability to diagnose and read the play almost before it even starts. It allows them to be in the right spot at the right time and allows them to make the play.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
That's caught downfield by Robinson. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now, Gano for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Giants move out to a 24-10 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Dortch now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
They'll throw on first down with Murray. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the fourth quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game, and they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball, and let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Out of the pistol, it's Murray. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
On third down, Murray. He's got his man. It's Harrison. Give him 14 on that one. It's an Arizona first down.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. That his second touchdown tonight. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, now this brings up 3rd down, Mike, and a really tough call for this coach. Does he want to remain aggressive, put the ball in the air, and try to keep this offense on the field? Or can he be a little more conservative, not be afraid to punt the ball away, and hope his defense can finish this game out?
Pass pulled in by Tracy. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. So, it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This one fielded out beyond the 25. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. They'll try to work the screen with Connor. Here's 2nd down and 3. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Working out of the gun, Murray. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He's going to keep it himself. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. To throw is Murray. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
On 1st down, Murray. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. Here comes 2nd down. From the gun, it's Murray. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Javon Holland, tight coverage, and he's able to break that one up.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Throwing again is Murray. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much. And that should wrap this one up.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Second and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So a road win here for the Giants. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. Good night from Glendale.